Hello, my gorgeous Cancer. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium. And this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading. And it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini. And it's in between the 19th and the 25th of September 2022. I'm smiling already because I know that you are going to have such a big smile on your face when you find out what is actually going to happen at the beginning of this week. And the dates that I want you to pay attention to are very much so going to be the 19th, 20th, and the 21st of September 2022. At the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, what you're going to find out is going to answer one of the biggest questions of your life. Even more so, you are actually going to become aware of something that was like kind of hidden from you that you weren't aware of, and you needed this information. You needed this information so badly in order to move on with your life, in order to make one of the biggest decisions ever. So what you're going to become aware of, it's also going to be such a powerful and strong part of your spiritual journey, because it's at that moment in time, this is going to become your green light, and you will know that it's time to move forward with your life. So it's all about being fully aware of something that is going to be exposed to you, something that was maybe hidden from you. But the bottom line is, what you are going to become aware of, my gorgeous Cancerini, at the beginning of the week, it's going to be so important, because that very thing is going to help you to make this powerful decision. This is all to do with an absolutely oh my God, an incredible conclusion. You're going to be able to use this in order to come up with this incredible conclusion when it comes to your life, and when it comes to something very specific that was actually holding you down. Yes, there is going to need to be a little bit of compromise that you're going to need to have. After that moment in time, there is a certain conversation that you're going to become aware of, but this conversation, it's really important part of your progress, because at the same time, when you become aware of who do you need to have this conversation with, you're going to feel something is going to be really off-putting, because you're going to feel maybe you're going to feel something dark or something negative about that specific person, and it's to do with somebody who's a very much so maybe it's making you feel really intimidating. It's making you feel really negative for some reason. But this is needed so much from you because of so many different reasons. And you will find out those reasons, within the next few weeks indeed. But primarily, something is so going to surprise you. So as soon as you become aware of that conclusion, you're going to understand that there is going to need to be a bit of a compromise. But you're going to understand you're going to need to talk to this person who you don't like necessarily. No, baby, no. Something is so off when it comes to their vibration, but that doesn't matter, because things are going to turn out to be completely different about an aspect of your life involving someone else. When you're just thinking so negatively, oh my God, no, it's not going to be a good outcome and things like that. No, baby, no. You're going to be surprised like there is no tomorrow. And even more so, what you're going to find out, it's going to be so needed in your life in terms of the advice. There is some kind of advice that you're going to have, advice that you're going to find out, and that advice is really gonna help you out so much in terms of the actual timing, in terms of to understand how long it's something going to take. But also this is going to be primarily kind of so significant, especially when it comes to you needing to be patient with a certain aspect of your life, and you will know that you are doing the right thing, because what you're going to find out, it's also going to give you so much courage. It's going to inspire you. It's going to make you feel even artistic, and I'm feeling so strongly that artistic vibrations are so important with your current path. The more you come out of yourself, the more you come out of your comfort zone, and the more you do things like anything that comes to you literally, the more success you're going to achieve, and the more progress in your life. So this is why this is so important. But at the same time, my gorgeous Cancerini, shuffling these cards, at the same time, you see this, you are gonna have a bit of a hermit moment, because you're gonna find this quite mind-blowing in so many different ways. And when you have this hermit moment for about a day or two, you will just feel like you want to be by yourself, you want to maybe meditate, or you're gonna feel a very strong kind of need or urge to visit the nature, be within the water, because water is really spiritual. Whatever you're gonna feel, you need to understand that it's gonna come to you so much. It's almost like, oh my God, it's like it's like declaration, like a very strong, mind-blowing declaration you're gonna feel when you have this hermit moment. A couple of days after that, you know, you're gonna be thinking and thinking and thinking, and suddenly something is going to come to the surface, something is going to be highlighted. You allowed yourself to go to the deepest parts of yourself, somewhere where you haven't been in a long time. At the same time, some kind of trauma is going to be healed from the past, but also the outcome of that, it's also going to be you just, oh my God, suddenly it's going to come to you, oh my God, I want to make this like a really strong declaration. This is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what I need to do. And at the same time, somebody is going to be so honest with you, somebody who knows you, who you love, and that person loves you, and that person is going to be so beautifully honest with you, not in a horrible way or anything, but they're just going to kind of like maybe they're going to tell you, why didn't you do this like a long before? Do you know what I mean? Why did you wait such a long time? Someone is just going to express the way they feel about you maybe not doing this earlier, you not focusing on it earlier, but it doesn't really matter. That this is a good person, this is someone gorgeous in your life, but there is something through their honesty that you're going to understand, oh gosh, understand about yourself as well. My goodness. And look at this, of course, that there is going to be very, very much so an intuitive message. You know, this is all to do with an intuitive message, especially when it comes to you being really kind of like sorry, I've just dropped like a half of the cards. This is to do with you feeling very kind of like a knowing that you're doing the right thing, but also like kind of understanding through your intuition exactly what the next step and next stage is going to be. Going back to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, I mean, this week is going to be so important. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say here, because it's not only about that conclusion. It's not only about what I've just said so far. Even more so, you know, at the beginning of the week, you are going to become, you know, this is all going to lead towards you doing exactly what you should be doing at this moment in time karmically, and it's going to lead towards you having a sign after that moment in time. You are going to have such a good omen, my gorgeous Cancerini. You are going to have such a good sign, you know, and the sign and omen that you are going to have, it's going to be very unusual. Something is going to happen, but first of all, before you have a sign and before you have an omen, you will become aware of the certain like a kind of projects and aspects in your life. You're going to become aware of the certain opportunity. You will be thinking about this additional opportunity so much, and this is going to be followed by everything that I said. So a couple of days after that, you are going to become aware of the certain opportunity, which is going to bring you such an important bright prospects into your life, and that is going to be followed with an omen, with a sign that you're going to have a very good omen and very good sign, something very unusual, very bizarre, and very strange. It's going to happen, and this in itself is going to be a very unusual, unique, and very bizarre sign, which is going to involve numbers 777, 1212, and 555. This is going to happen at around the time when, through the power of synchronicity, you will become aware of these numbers. And even if you don't, it doesn't matter. If you do become aware of these numbers, that means that, you know, a very good opportunity it's coming up for you. But at the same time, if you do see these numbers, if you become aware of these numbers, you need to release the negative blockage, something that you are kind of still need to release. You're still preventing yourself from moving on. So if you don't see these numbers that I've mentioned, that means that you're not blocking yourself, you're fine. But if you do become aware of these numbers, you immediately have to reflect on what are you thinking at the time, what are you being so negative about, because that negativity, it's like the spiritual key that's held away from you. That negativity is holding your spiritual key away from you, so you can't unlock the door. So you need to release this negativity. So it really depends at what stage you are. But the beginning of the week is bringing you pretty much so a very, very important opportunity, my gorgeous Cancerini. And that opportunity is going to really kind of like help you out so much with every single aspect of your life. But it's also most importantly going to help you to lighten your load as well. And at the same time, you see, you are really, you see, it's such a complex week. It's so deep, it's so powerful. There is so much happening purely because you're reaching the end of the cycle. Wherever there is an end of the cycle, there is the new beginning as well, which is going to require from you to, you know, you're going almost as if you're going to have invisible choice. You're either going to take things like a very slow, too slow. The things that, if you take things like a very, very slow, then, you know, things are going to take an additional, 11 months in order to happen. Okay, it's going to take much slower until this particular situation repeats itself again. So what situation I'm talking about? Well, this is a big mama here, of course. Someone is going to come to your mind, someone whom you have some kind of trauma with, someone who has done something to you a long time ago. You still didn't release that situation. You still didn't release that trauma. You can only kind of release that situation, that negativity out of your life when you kind of come to terms with that aspect of your life. So you still haven't come to terms with something or with someone from a long time ago. Suddenly it's going to be on your mind. You're going to feel like, oh, that bastard or something like that. And then, you know what? Oh my God, that bastard is holding me down. Release and let it go. Release and let it go. Release and let it go. You can only do this by forgiving to that person. It doesn't matter what they did. I know it's easy for me to say, like, they could have done God knows what to you. Do you know what I mean? But you are working on yourself. You're working on your spirit. You're working on your soul. This is your spiritual journey. Why would you allow someone else, to dictate spiritually what you should be doing? And this is where we find ourselves like some kind of like entities from a long time ago, are dictating to us what to do spiritually, because we are having borders within our lives where we shouldn't have at this moment in time. So just remember that this forgiveness is like, oh my God, it's like almost like something that you need to do before you start this absolutely mind-blowing journey of yours. And at the same time, you see, forgiveness again. So it's important to try to understand who this is, my gorgeous Cancerini. But at the same time, you see, travel again. This is my goodness. I just cannot believe this. It's about the travel. It's about the spiritual journey that you are going to make after that moment in time. And also, going back to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, what else I was going to say? This is all to do so much with your development, with your promotion, with you doing the right thing, with you healing and ascending on the next level at the same time. But this is all going to boil down towards you doing the right things when it comes to your emotional contentment, but also when it comes to your finances, and also when it comes to like you understanding the exactly wise choice that you are making. You're also, while you're doing this, you're going to prevent, why is this so important? No, it's not only when it comes to like your finances and you're feeling very solid and very happy with yourself, very content, emotionally, spiritually. It's not only that, but it's at the same time you are going to prevent like an unexpected situation. You are going to prevent like an absolutely unnecessary tower. And the tower, it's not a good card. Sometimes it actually is, but some people say, oh no, it's not good card. No, baby, no. Sometimes it's good. But in this instance, the tower is actually not really good, but it's good because you are at the same time making a very wise choice by doing all this. Everything that I've said so far, you are doing it's leading towards you making a wise choice, because you're going to prevent this tower or unexpected horrible situation from happening in your life and messing so much, especially in terms of your balance, unexpectedly, but in a bad way, and then it just throws you out of balance, and then you're just like disappointed with certain people. No, baby, no, completely unnecessary. Just do things how you should be doing them, one step at a time. No need to rush whatsoever. But by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you see this, my gorgeous Cancerini, and especially when it comes to the mid part of this week, what is the card that wants to come out? Mid part of this week for my gorgeous Cancerini. Mid part of this week. Oh, beware of someone trying to wind you up. Okay, so try to like kind of, you see, someone is going to try to wind you up and try to rise above it as much as you possibly can, because when we have such a strong sign that somebody is actually going to wind us up like this, just completely out of the blue, that means that if you do, you see this, that means if you do kind of bite back, if you do argue back, okay, then you are going to be sorry, because I think it's actually to do with somebody who is not completely sorry. It's to do with somebody who's not really completely horrible or vile or nasty, but it's to do with somebody in your life who's going through something very, very difficult, and they're not seeing things clearly, they don't understand things clearly, something really kind of like a problematic is happening in that person's life, and this person is so close to you, so important to you, means to you so much. It's either family member or it's like either one of the great greatest friends ever. However, that person is just like kind of going to be affected by something that's happening to them, and almost as if they're going to take it out on you. But please do not kind of fight back, and don't take it wrong, please. You will know that something is not right, something is off, and if you do kind of argue back, it's just going to bring you like unnecessary, a little bit of like a heartbreak, unnecessary worry, because you will feel sorry with yourself what you did, because when you find out what is maybe going on in that person's life. So try to not to overreact. My goodness, my gorgeous Cancerini, important. On another hand, on another note, when it comes to the midweek, you are going to have such an unexpected situation which is going to arise. Something is going to happen. It's going to completely surprise you, completely out of the blue. And I like it so much. At that moment in time, when that happens, completely unexpected situation, on one hand, you're going to become aware of you're going to become very much so very passionate, very confident, very charismatic, because you're going to become aware of the certain events which are going to require immediate action, and at the same time it's going to be required from you to trust your instincts. This is going to help you to stay focused so much, but it's also going to start the process and progress of very important people slowly but surely starting to enter your life after that moment in time. So as soon as you become aware of that situation, which is really going to surprise you completely out of the blue, this in itself, it's going to surprise you, because it's going to happen out of the blue. It's going to surprise you completely. Why? Because it's going to be completely unlikely for something like this to happen, and it's also going to provide you with a shortcut in order to develop and have a clear plan. There you go. You will be ready to go. There you go. This is why it's so good. So that unexpected situation, it's going to be primarily responsible for you feeling ready to go, my gorgeous Cancerini, and you're going to like this, because you're going to start feeling like really good after that moment in time. You're going to start feeling really passionate, my gorgeous Cancerini. So it's that unexpected situation is going to provide you with an opportunity to develop and have a clear plan. You will feel ready to go. You will choose to move forward, and leave your comfort zone. And this is going to require from you to keep going on whatever you're doing right now. Just keep going and keep going and keep going. And then you are going to find yourself after that moment in time pretty much so working on something. You're going to feel your concentration level rising, something that you're going to really enjoy. And at that moment in time, what is actually going to come to you when you are doing something, expressing yourself in a way that you really enjoy, because I know that you're going to be doing something where your concentration level is going to be like, oh my god, so kind of like a really kind of powerful. And what is going to come to you, look at this, okay, this is what is going to come to you. Oh my god, you will just know that all this here, it's going to reflect on your well-being, almost as if you will know that all this is going to be so positive for you. You will be able to see this from a completely different angle. You will know that you are healing. You will know that you are ascending, so you're still going to have like kind of, oh my god, I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that, because it's all about you developing and having a clear plan. But then again, it's still something that's going to be like, oh my god, I'm not too sure. And there is still a couple of things that are going to be on your mind that are going to be holding you down. And then at the time when you're just concentrating and doing something, it's going to come to you completely, this empowerment. And the empowerment, it's also going to be the beginning and the sign that this is something that it's needed for your own transformation, especially when it comes to your own happiness. Like, oh my god, by the way, this is going to lead towards like like really great achievement in terms of the actual luxury and finances. By the same time, this is going to give you so much mental strength, courage and clarity, because it's going to boil down towards you having a new idea, but it's more to do with a strategy, and it's a lot to do with strong communication. And again, that declaration, it's going to keep you going like there is no tomorrow. What is going to be on your mind, you're not going to be able to like kind of forget about. You will want to like kind of to talk to people who are so important to you, and you should be doing that, of course, because I can see that you're going to start feeling very proud proud of yourself. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, what I like to start with, it's like there is some kind of a good also that it's going to get back to you. I like this so much, and this is going to bring you an element of surprise as well. So there is some kind of a good that it's going to come back to you, and you will know this, you will be aware of this, and at that moment in time you will know how much you kind of helped someone, and this is kind of gonna also be a very interesting kind of realization that you are going to have at that moment in time. Something magical is going to happen, and something really brilliant in terms of you just having some very interesting idea through that as well. But you know, we're just gonna leave that for now. And also, we're gonna leave that for now because I wanted to take a tarot card out, and I'm going to, especially when it comes to that interesting idea that is going to come out of it. And the interesting idea, it's also gonna be so significant, especially when it comes to you understanding to not to rush into the unknown. This is brilliant. It's gonna give you some kind of timing, again, sense of timing, how long is something gonna take. And when you become aware of some kind of timing through that situation, that you're gonna become aware of some good coming back to you, this is also going to provide you with a very, very interesting vision, my gorgeous Cancerini. And the vision is going to consist of you understanding that you're not going to be able to move forward unless you leave something behind. Okay, and also at the beginning of the week, you know, you are really, I like this so much, that you are going to become aware of some kind of devil or devilish group of people. And this is, again, nothing to do with your life, it's to do with things on the outside. And you will know, maybe you will look at, you will be looking at the one person on the outside of your life, people who you don't know, people who you're going to come across. Maybe you will be watching them through the window, or you will be outside yourself. But I know that someone who you don't know is going to be playing a significant role here through someone's unfortunate situation, very sad, very bizarre situation. You will understand that some kind of devil and a devilish, nasty group of people have been involved. You're not going to be able to understand everything completely, but you will know most certainly that what this person did, or what this group of people did, it's like, oh my god, what's going on now? Do you know what I mean? This is all going to be on your mind. However, you will be able to connect this to some kind of devil or a devilish group of people. Now this is going to be brilliant for you, because you will know exactly what not to do, and you will know exactly what to stay away from, like for literally ever. And that in itself, it's even more going to ignite your own passion when it comes to you feeling ready to go for it and follow your creative spark, follow your motivation. This is all going to lead towards you, like, especially when you become aware of this devilish person or a devilish group of people, you know, this is going to kind of couple of days later, it's all going to boil down towards you having a new endeavor and seeing energized potential in the part of your life that you wouldn't normally see. And even more so, this is all to do with the one amazing final push that you need to make, you know. And all like about this final push that you need to make, it's all basically about you understanding, you know, you are making programs. This is all going towards your own momentum. It's all to do with your own expansion, but it's also to do with you staying committed to the plan no matter what. Please do remember this. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.